Now, let's look more closely at sympathy. Sympathy is closely related to pity because both responses are triggered by observing another person's negative circumstance or situation. That is, we don't feel pity or sympathy for someone's triumphs or successes. However, unlike pity, with sympathy there is no judgment, and the element of emotional distance is very different. With sympathy, as A is observing or listening to B, A may feel personally affected by B's experience. This feeling may become strong enough for A to have the impulse to take some action on B's behalf. This implies a strong form of emotional alignment or emotional merger with B, as A projects strong feelings of concern, of wanting to help make a difference for B. Using our previous example, A might say, "I'm really upset hearing this, and I'm going to have a talk with that guy." Now, a personal reflection. When you are the recipient or the target of someone's sympathy, how does it feel? No doubt it feels good to have someone closely aligned with you and your problem and possibly willing to take some action on your behalf. But is there a potential downside here? Is there some aspect of being the target of someone's sympathy that might not be helpful? We believe this form of prosocial behavior may actually be disempowering to the recipient because it can undermine their sense of agency and their natural strengths. This can reinforce a sense of self that may be organized around feelings of victimhood, powerlessness, and low self-esteem. As we will see, empathy is quite different. First, with empathy, we can empathize with both someone's happiness and success, and not just with their difficulty, their sorrow, or their pain. Thus, empathy encompasses a fuller spectrum of emotional connection than any of its prosocial cousins. In addition, there are also important points of difference in terms of both the observer's and the target's experience. For example, with sympathy, the observer is projecting his or her feelings of caring and concern for the other, which may or may not be what the other person is actually feeling. With empathy, while we're concerned with the others, we are also trying to tune into their actual feeling experience, but without merging with those feelings. This is a crucial point of difference. It's called the as-if stance. With empathy, beyond showing concern and caring, we try not to project our feelings, but rather to understand both the what and the why of the other person's inner experience. Successful empathizing requires the ability to accurately tune in and reflect back to the other person what you believe that person is actually feeling. Thus, empathy is about attunement and understanding the full spectrum of the other's inner experience, whether positive or negative, as if it were your own feelings, but yet while retaining your own self-other objectivity. The distinction we are making between empathy and sympathy very much reflects the strengths approach of contemporary social work. In our view, sympathy without empathic attunement is potentially a negative experience for the social work client, because the worker is projecting his or her feelings and not necessarily tuning in and reflecting back and understanding of the client's inner experience. This is potentially disempowering if it lacks the mirroring of the client's natural strengths and sense of agency. However, when the social worker is operating in the empathic mode, the client feels cared about because the worker tries to accurately assess and understand the client's inner experience. This essential mirroring process of first reflecting back the client's feelings sets the stage for then mirroring the client's strengths, which may help resolve their problem or situation.